Hey guys, what is going on? It is DaBoki here once again, and it is time for a MapleStory video. I'm here doing the event quest that is out on GMS right now. It's called Protect the Miwok Boys, or something like that. So what happens is you get a little envelope on top of your head, and you just have to accept it like Annie or the new Monster Park Carnival Party quest. And then you'll get teleported to a room with some people, and then you'll fight a whole bunch of cute little fuzzy tigers, and they'll drop Miwok Boys, and you gotta pick them up. And more that you pick up, the better the prize will be, so that's pretty cool. I like things that gives prizes at the end. It's always nice. It's not just doing it for no good reason. So yeah, it's definitely it's fun, and it's about 5 minutes inside the room, so hopefully you guys in GMS will enjoy this nice little event that Nexon has gave to us. And other than that, I want to go ahead and talk about something else. Obviously, I wanted to talk about improvising. I think it's a really good skill to have in life, and to be able to improvise and improv is really excellent. And I think that sometimes we take for granted how well we can just do things off the spot, you know, like just like, all right, we got to do something, we're gonna improv. Like, oh, I forgot pants today, I'm gonna weave myself a pair. No worries, I can make myself a pair of pants. I'll just improvise with some hair and some grass and some scotch tape. And some others, they're not too good at improvising. Like, oh, I forgot a pencil. Oh, it's okay, I'll just use my saliva as ink. No. You know, there's an extent on how much you can improvise. But anyway, the reason why I wanted to talk about improvising is because I had my chance to shine with improvising. I had my moment of improv, and it was excellent. So what happened? Actually, yesterday, or a couple days ago, earlier this week, I was at school, and I was taking one of my final math tests, right? And oh my goodness. Let me tell you guys, the day, first of all, started off really rough. I woke up really late, and I had to rush to school. So I got to my math class, and you know, usually when you're taking a test, there's like some questions you just don't know, but then there's others that you gotta kind of know, like have a feel of. This by far was the first test ever that I just had no idea what was on the test. I looked at the test, right? The teacher handed it. I was feeling confident. I had my pencil, calculator. I even had a cheat sheet. We were allowed one cheat sheet. And let me tell you, I packed this cheat sheet with stuff. I pretty much filled my whole textbook on this one page of paper. She said that we had to handwrite it. That was her mistake. She said we should have typed it because I would have fit less. I was like writing in 0.5 font. Seriously. Anyway, so I had everything, right? I copied down like all my notes. I studied for actually a pretty long time for this test. And I got to class, and I sat there. She handed me the test, and I looked at it. All right. I know there's this like famous picture on the internet. I saw it on my Facebook page, but it's like shows this boy, and he's just like, it just shows him laughing at his desk, and like everyone else is like really concentrated, and the caption is like, have you ever been like just so screwed that you just start laughing because you don't know anything on the test? You know what I mean? So that was me. I just sat there and I looked at the whole test, and I just seriously broke out laughing. Like I was at the point where I just had no idea what was on this test. I've never seen this in my life before, it feels like. And like they start like implementing, of course, like I hate it with math. First of all, math, when letters started to enter with math, right? It's like, all right, now numbers was hard enough, but now we're gonna start throwing in like X and Y and shapes and drawings, and it's not gonna be even math anymore. It's gonna be like English with math. And so anyway, I start laughing, and I'm cracking up when I'm looking at this test, and I'm flipping through it because I just have no idea. And I'm just sitting there like for 15 minutes, just my arms folded, laughing, shaking my head. And I'm looking around my classroom to see if anyone is having the same response. I looked at the girl next to me. She passed the point of laughing. All right. See, the dangerous thing about when you're laughing at a test is because the next point, the next step of laughter after laughter is crying. She was crying. She was literally crying. I looked at her paper. It was completely empty. Kids around me were just completely confused. This test was brutal. So I was like, you know what? There's like 30 minutes left of class. I've been sitting there. I didn't write a single thing on this whole test. And I'm like, I'm not going out. I'm not going down. I'm going to go out with a fight, you know? I'm going to do this. So I start improvising. My pencil hit the paper, and I just start sketching. I write. I'm just doing everything I can possibly. Something possesses my hand. I cannot stop. I'm like drawing paintings. Like problem number 3 has Godzilla invading Tokyo, and problem number 7, like Tokyo is finally taking out Godzilla, and it's just insane. Like what? I'm like throwing in numbers with guns, and like it's just crazy. Like, you know how mad like you get partial credit for showing work? Well, I hope I get some credit, right? And I was just going at it at this paper. I was just carving in stuff like Egyptian writing. I don't even know what I was doing. And all of a sudden, like, time was up. And then this is the last little cherry on top, right? Just for a little backup effect, as I'm walking to her desk, as the desk to turn in my test, I come up and I smile really politely and I said, "Do you think there will be test corrections on this test?" Because she usually gives test corrections. And she says, "Oh, you know, we're gonna wait and see how you did to see if you deserve a test correction." I was like, oh boy, just wait till you open and see problem number 3 and 4. But yeah, so that was my my adventure of test taking, and I just thought, like, improvising, it's kind of interesting because we have to do stuff like the spur of the moment, and sometimes we need to improvise. Some people like to call it BSing. I like to call it improvising. It's a more constructive word. It's like a skill that we can acquire and more productive. So guys, well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like always, thank you so much for watching. This has been DaBoki, and we'll be seeing you guys later.